Hi, this is Christine from Romance Between the Sheets. I'm here with Vicky and Lulu.
Hello.
And Happy New Year! We're here to
Yes.
discuss our first author of the year, and it just happens to be our January Author of the Month, Lexi Blake. Um, we're here to discuss Satisfaction, which is part of the Lawless series, number two. We actually have discussed Ruthless in the past, and just a recap, it's about four siblings where the parents are murdered and they were left in a burning house to die. Somehow they made it out, and now they're seeking revenge. This book specifically is about Bran, who I love. I gave this book 5 hearts. He spoke to my heart, and I loved Carly as well. She was actually kind of perfect in my mind for him. Um, and Yeah, she was really sweet. She had her own issues going on, her own hatred towards Patricia Kane. And I thought Patricia Kane was a good villain.
She
I
was.
really did not like her.
No.
I really wanted bad things to happen to her.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that Lexi did a good job in writing her. I just have a little side as far as I just gave my mother a Kindle, and I had Ruthless from another con, so and she's slowly reading through my stash of books. Actually, she's actually reading through quite quickly, but we've made an agreement that we do not discuss. But she loved Ruthless so much. Her first purchase on her Kindle was Satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And so her favorite quote, yeah, I know, isn't that funny?
That's
And she's in love with Ian Taggart, by the way.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
awesome.
Who isn't?
I never met him
I think-
before, but he was just, he was cool.
I know.
Yeah.
If you have not read his book, you need to read his book because that was a really good book. But her favorite quote out of the book was they're talking about food, of course, because he happens to love food. He's like, "Woman, you always draw us in with the good stuff, and then you make us eat salad."
Mm-hmm.
Have I told you the story of how I got a terrorist to talk just by feeding him kale? So that cracked my mom up.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love the book, and I hope that everybody else does. But here, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Vicky and let her, tell us how she liked it.
Say my thing. So I need to confess that I'm in a book funk at the moment, and there is nothing that has really grabbed me for several books for several weeks. And after a while, I think that really affects every book you read. Like, when one book doesn't grab you, you try another, and when that, and it just gets worse, and it just starts to snowball. And unfortunately, Ruthless was read in my book funk, so I liked it, but for me the ending saved this book. I felt that Ruthless was very wordy, and I don't remember seeing that in Satisfaction. I remember being able to read Satisfaction really well, whereas with Ruthless, I'll be honest, I started skipping sections towards the end. I don't know whether it's the book or is it me. So it's kind of hard to say because I've just been in one of those moods where nothing is grabbing me. So I did like it. Like I said, the ending I thought was brilliant. I loved the sex tape scene. I thought that was just hilarious. That was just so funny the way it was described. I thought that was really good. So that was definitely my favorite part. The big reveal at the end, it's a big reveal. It's shocking. Can't talk about it. I too loved Ian. I thought Ian Taggart was just dry. He just seems so dry and cut and paste, but I think that's what makes him so funny. And yeah, he just really stood out in this book. I think I've never read any of the Masters and Mercenaries. He's in that series, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay, so I've never read any of that series. But yeah, no, I really liked him. I thought he was really good. I'm, despite the fact that I'm in a book funk, I am looking forward to book 3, which is Drew's story.
Yes.
And I'm assuming that's going to be the conclusion. So I hope it is, because I'm ready for these guys to get their justice.
Yes.
Yeah. So rating wise, I don't know, maybe 3.5. I think 3's too low, but I think 4 for me, it might be a bit too high. But again, I do want to stress that, it could just be me. It's not the book, it's me. There's something wrong with me right now, and I'm just not finding great enjoyment in a lot of books I've read lately. So, yeah, I'd say 3.5.
Okay. All right.
Lynette?
Okay, firstly, I loved how this story was different to book 1. This was more of a romance story of Bran finding the woman who would heal him, and less suspense mystery. Don't get me wrong, we still follow the clues to unravel the lawless family story, but I did feel that this took more of a backseat to the romance of Bran and Carly.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad there was not another deceitful love angle played out, and that Bran was up front with Carly, because she already had too many people playing games in front and behind her back with her boss and the boss's brother, and so I just thought if the Lawless brothers had done it too, I think it would have been excessive, and I probably wouldn't have been very happy to continue reading this. Some parts of the story I found had too much inner dialogue about how Bran and Carly did not understand each other. Shelby, the reporter friend, was a great new character, and I immediately thought of Drew for her. Loved Ian Taggart, and that made me want to read his book in the Masters and Mercenaries series. I wished we would have had a flashback to the full Bran story earlier, so I could have understood his anger issues. I admit it did wear me out by the end, and when he finally revealed it all, it was a bit of a, a what the hell moment. Like, I kind of went, oh, all right. And I mean, I had a hunch about the big revelation at the end of this book when the new character was introduced. I thought about it in book 1, but it pretty much cemented it for me, especially during the party chapters. My question is, why did this character really organise the murder in this book? There must be more to be revealed in book 3, and I can't wait for their revenge. Why did they do that to Bran? I mean, I was waiting for more of an emotional moment from this story, like we got in book 1 in the boardroom scene with Riley. But this book, it definitely, to me, I suppose it definitely felt like a filler between book 1 and book 3. I must say, I think book 3 is going to be fast-paced, especially with Drew and Shelby. They're obviously going to be investigating, and, there's going to be a lot more probably suspense mystery. And I actually have a hunch that I think their sex scenes are going to be off the charts. But look, I really can't wait for book 3, and this was just a nice romance, and I think Bran deserved it considering what happened to him as a child. The others kind of didn't get the heartache that Bran did, so he probably deserved more of a romance for his story than the other two. So I rated 4 hearts, so I'm happy.
That thing about Bran, that's one of the things that really kind of annoyed me, is he held this resentment really towards his family for so long, and it was forgiven after a quick apology.
Yes,
and maybe
that was part of Shelby's influence on him, though.
Yeah, look, it could have been, but look, it was just a non-event especially because that happened after the party scene. What happens to Bran, and I just kind of thought, I felt it was just in the wrong part of the book for me, but that's my own personal opinion. So So anyway, back to you, Christine.
Well, I think we're all looking forward to book 3. It just happens to be coming out on my birthday. So thanks, Lexi Blake.
Happy birthday
to me. And so, next month we are
again? Is that Revenge?
I believe it's called Revenge. Yes.
Yeah. The cover's out already. I know I've seen it.
Yeah. The covers actually looks good.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
All these covers look good to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But next month we are doing a series, I believe. So
Maybe.
until next month, Happy New Year. Enjoy.
If someone can get off their butt and read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I know, right?
I've got
Me
to
too.
buy it. I've got to buy it and put it on my Kindle so then I can read it. So
Yeah.
next week. All right.
All right.
Have a
See you.
good time.
See you next
Bye.
month.
Bye.
Bye.